For our book report, Natalie and I decided to read Voices in the Ocean by Susan Casey. Throughout this book talk, we will discuss about the main ideas and our point of views on them. Throughout the duration of the book, I thought a recurring theme was that dolphins have many different abilities. We are first introduced to this idea where Susan writes, "They can see with their hearing, deploying biological sonar to effectively produce X-ray visions. Dolphins can literally see through objects. They know when another dolphin or a human being is pregnant or sick or injured. Their echolocation skills far outmatch the most sophisticated nuclear submarines. The fact that dolphins can see through their hearing and can effectively produce X-ray visions to see through objects is incomprehensible. Dolphins also have really strong instincts which can tell them when another dolphin or human is sick, pregnant, or injured. Their ability to understand what is going on without direct communication with humans is amazing. Another skill dolphins have is echolocation, which is the location of objects by reflected sound. The simple truth is that dolphins have highly advanced echolocation that our most advanced nuclear submarines can't compare to. Dolphins continue to do unbelievable things each passing day without consciously knowing what they are doing." What was the theme you picked up on, Ava? Well, a central idea that I picked out of the story was that many people, places, and cultures have different views and opinions relating to dolphins. While some places, like Hawaii, praise dolphins, others, like Taiji, eat and abuse them. The ways that different humans interact and feel with dolphins vary as wide as the ocean. Some, like Ocean, love them and have a deep connection, while others, like the owners of SeaWorld, only care about the money the dolphins bring in. They don't care what the dolphin's living and mental state is, and others enjoy the sights of catching and killing them. In Hawaii, Susan explores the ocean with Ocean. She gets to swim with the dolphins and become close friends with them. In Dolphinville, Susan learns the ways of the Kona people, how they basically praise them and live with them. Ocean says that she swims with them for hours on end, and they never lead her into harm's way. They trust her, and she trusts them. Ocean taught Susan many things and answers her questions on the ways that dolphins interact with us and why. On the other hand, we get to see a sneak peek on what SeaWorld is really like. We read about how they put them into pool cages that are the equivalent of our bathtubs. Also, how they play blasting music all day that is somewhat painful for the dolphins' ears. For them, the songs are screeches that they have to tolerate all day. So imagine the emotional and mental toll that it puts on them. But the owners don't care. All they care about is the cash and tourism the dolphins get. No matter the conditions for the dolphins, unless they kill someone like the whale Tilikum, they will keep abusing them for their money and fame. Other than the main themes, we picked out a few pages that really meant something to us. What was yours? When Susan goes through the loss of her dad, the weight is really heavy on her shoulders. She went out to sea and went swimming with dolphins. She even said herself on page 3, "But a strange thing happens when your worst nightmare is realized. Nothing much is left to scare you," and later continues on by saying, "Fear was replaced by an ever-present numbness." After going through hardships, Susan decided to take a swim, one that forever changed her life. She then decided to take an incredible journey across the world. Her curiosity fueled by her burning passion and hunger for an explanation as to why her encounter with dolphins made her happy in a time of sadness. Along her voyage, she gained more questions and a greater understanding of these amazing creatures we call dolphins. What was something that stood out about the book to you? Well, when I read page 207, I felt very captivated and saddened. As I read about how Macaulay handled seeing an infected dolphin and watching him die in his arms, I was very touched. I felt as if this page truly described the emotions humans have towards dolphins and animals in general. The death of any living thing is very hard to comprehend, but reading about how Macaulay cried and cried over this experience made me feel a very sad way. But how does any of this relate to our curriculum? Natalie? The book Voices in the Ocean explains parts of the hydrosphere and biosphere, which is part of our curriculum. The biodiversity in the hydrosphere is explained throughout the book by going in depth about life in the ocean. Although dolphins are one species, there are still different variations.
such as spinners, rough-toothed dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, and the spotted dolphins, also known as the bikers. Susan also talks about different types of whales, such as the beluga whale and orcas whales. We see that different variations occur in the same species, just like we learned about when we were talking about natural selection and variation. Other than that, what did you think, Ava?
I thought this book related back to our curriculum through environmental sciences. Throughout the book, we read about all the ways humans affect dolphins and overall the environment. The mass killings of this species not only obviously affect the survival of dolphins, but the whole food chain. Like in places in Japan, many dolphins are hunted and killed, leaving the food system without a source of food that many animals eat. To give an honest recommendation, I wouldn't recommend this book unless you are a strong animal activist or a dolphin lover, because personally I didn't enjoy most of it, because for me it was very repetitive and it made me extremely sad, and I don't want to be sad when I read a book. So would you recommend it?
Personally, I agree with you. I think that I would recommend this to future marine biologists or people who really love sea life and find it intriguing. Other than that, I feel like, yes, it was repetitive, and when I was reading the parts about how they abused the dolphins, it kind of like made me really sad, and I would rather read like a happier book or a book where that's really not a reality.